How's it going, guys? My name is Eric Van Wilderman and welcome back to Geometry Dash. In this video, we're going to be doing a level called the Reign of Moira by Elisione. It's a very cool level. I just finished it and I forgot to hit the record button. All around me are familiar faces. It's a really cool, easy demon. I really enjoyed playing it, so I want to make a video about it. And also, I want to talk about something during this video, a topic that a lot of you guys ask me about in the comment section. You guys always ask me, Eric, do you think GD is dying? And so let's address that topic. And now, before we address that topic, let's take a look here. This is an easy demon. It's on the feature levels listed as an epic feature, and it has less than 30,000 downloads. I think that's pretty crazy. I think right now the population of the game is definitely dwindling. Well, let's go into practice mode and talk about the level, and then we'll talk about that topic. But first, a word from my sponsors. I want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors, Survival Arena, that's holding a really cool free special event. The way it works is that when you fire up the game, there's an option that lets you go to a game mode called the June Invitational. It's a special event that lets you win real money prizes. The first place gets $250, the second gets $150, and the third gets $100. Originally, the event was gonna just be open to the winners of the previous tournaments, but it's now open for everyone to join. I really like this idea for these tournaments because everyone's put on a level playing field. It doesn't matter what level you are in the actual game, you start with the same level structures. The only thing that matters is your strategy, and so there's the potential for anyone to win this. It's a really fun game as well. The link to the game is in the description. It's for iOS, Android, and PC. I always give these tournaments a shot. I'm never in like the top 10, but I got in the top 50 once. Anyways, give it a shot. It's pretty fun. All right, so we're gonna go into practice mode and we're gonna talk about the level and talk about this topic of whether or not Geometry Dash is dying or not. So there's a lot of factors we have to talk about. By the way, this beginning just has a couple jumping timings. It's pretty easy. You gotta jump there, by the way. You gotta jump into that yellow portal. Just a little tip. And the last little jump here, you gotta jump a little bit further than you think. Not further, higher, and then like hit that green jump ring as soon as you get there. Anyways, this part I really love, by the way, the slopes. The slopes in the ship section are so cool. I just absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite sections. This is why I really wanted to play this level. I love flying sections and levels, especially ones that use slopes like this. It's really, really fun. I just absolutely love it. This is probably like the hardest part of the level skill-wise. It's not like overly difficult. It's still an easy demon, but it's one of the hardest parts, but it's really fun. And this part is cool too, because the little orbs you see in the background show you where you have to jump, right? So it's very user-friendly. It's a very user-friendly level. She's back for revenge. So now it's a 4 times part, which you gotta just jump at the arrows. The arrows show you where to go. Follow the arrows. Although for some reason there's not an arrow there, even though you have to jump. And then, yeah, not that bad. But there's a couple parts where you gotta react quickly. It's 4 times speed. I mean, even though I say it's not that bad, it's still 4 times speed, right? Boom, 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 boom. Easy peasy. And then you hit the button just twice. Once and then twice. Once, twice in the duel. Now this part's kind of tricky because, well, you can hit that one early, but like that one, if you hit that too early, you'll like die to the spikes at the bottom. So you got to make sure to hit it kind of at a medium area, like in the middle, because if you hit it too early, you'll die to that spike. And if you hit this one too late in the middle, then you do that. Like, both of them are on the bottom of the jump pad. So you gotta not hit it too early, not too late. It's one of the hardest timings in the level. Just that one. That one right there. But once you get past that, the boss is like really easy. Anyways, I've talked about the level too much. Is Geometry Dash dying, and what do I think about it? So there's a lot of things that we have to talk about when we're talking about like whether or not this game is dying or not. How, you know, like, first of all, like, even if the game is dying, right? How long is that dying process? Even if the community, like, there's less people playing, there's still a dedicated group of fans to this game that absolutely love it and will not be stopping anytime soon. You know, this is definitely a user creator level focused game, right? That's what keeps this game alive, are the levels that everyone makes, the community makes for this game. And so as long as those people exist, these people that make really cool levels like this one, right, then the game's still gonna be alive to an extent. It does self-perpetuate itself a little bit because if there's no one to play these levels, like someone makes a really cool level like the Reign of Moira, it's epic, it's featured, and it gets less than 30,000 downloads. 30,000 still, you know, it's still a decent amount, but you know, later on, like a year from now, if we haven't seen an update or anything, and it's down to like 5,000 plays, you know, maybe the creators will be less inclined to make levels because nobody's playing them, right? And then it just snowballs and the game does eventually die, right? So that could be a thing that happens. Now, what will keep this game from dying? What will keep this game to prevent that situation from happening? Well, you know, the game needs to update. I think an update would do the trick. But then that also begs the question of like, it's been a while since the game's updated. The time between 2.1 and 2.2 is now the longest that it's ever been between updates. I think between 2.0 and 2.1 was the longest. It was like 500 days or something. And now we're beyond that, right? We're past 500 days. So that begs the question, like, does RobTop want to work on the game anymore? Or, you know, is he just gonna let the game slowly die? Because I don't know the answer to this, but I have a feeling that RobTop didn't expect this game to blow up as much as it did, like, to get as popular. Because this game got mad popular. It's like one of the most downloaded games ever on the app stores and stuff, right? Wow, I'm kicking... I mean, I did just beat this level, so of course I'm kicking butt at it, but I didn't expect to kick this much butt at it. Wow. Okay. Shortest video ever. Hot diggity damn. Reign of Moira. I'm good. God, man, it took me like, yeah, like less than 20 attempts, like going through practice and doing this in normal mode again. This level's very awesome. It's such a cool, like, easy demon, the Reign of Moira. You should definitely give it a shot. The flying part at the beginning's definitely the hardest skill-wise. You get past there, and then it's just about memorizing some of the timings later on during the 4 times. 4 times, it's not that hectic. I mean, it comes at you quick. You still got to memorize what's coming up, but there's not like that much to memorize, right? And the boss fight's very fair. You can sight read it so easily. I love boss fights where you can sight read. Anyways, back to talking about the whole like GD situation. So I don't think RobTop expected Geometry Dash to blow up as much as it did, you know? I don't know if he ever thought that he was going to be working on this for like so many years to come. I don't know if he wanted to, right? Maybe the game in his mind has run its course and he just doesn't want to work on it anymore. But if that was the case, you think he would be letting people know about that? You think he'd be a little more transparent and he'd be letting people know what's going on? Or, you know, if the update is taking longer than he expected, you think he would be letting people know about that too? So, I don't know. I think there needs to be more communication, because more communication with RobTop might actually, like, help the community stay active, because, like, if we knew that the game was gonna be, you know, worked on, even though, like, things are just taking a little bit longer than usual, it might make people less skeptical and make people want to stay with the game more too, right? But also, I guess maybe, like, because he's not communicating, maybe it's because he doesn't feel like working on the game anymore, and like he wants to stop at some point soonish, and so he's getting ready to like let people know about that. The more people that you drop in between updates, the less people that come back. Like, some people come back to the game, some of the big people that leave, some of the players, right? Some people come back, not everyone comes back. You lose some people, right? And I mean, you lose people no matter what. You will lose people playing the game no matter what. That's just a natural thing to happen with any community, is people just become disinterested over time, no matter if updates are coming out or not. You will lose people, but you also gain new people too. And the more the game that gets updated, the more you're gonna gain new people as well. So that's something to think about. So anyway, so my personal opinion is that there's 3 things that could happen. There's 3 like scenarios. So let's take a look at each one. So scenario number 1 is RobTop is just taking a long time to make update 2.2. He ran into some hiccups making it, and it's taking a while. Maybe some of the new features broke some of the older features, and so he's working on fixing it. who knows, right? If that's the case, though, I wish there was a little more transparency, and I wish, you know, as a person that's been playing this game for a long time, I wish RobTop would just tell us what's going on, right? It would be nice. Hey, there's some hiccups. So just, you know, don't worry about it. I'm still working on it. That'd be kind of nice, just to get a message like that. Option number 2 is RobTop doesn't want to develop for the game anymore, and he's gonna maybe sell the game to another company, and they're gonna take over, and he's in the midst of doing that, and so, like, we haven't heard anything because there's some changes, some big changes that are gonna be happening. Personally, I don't think this is actually gonna be an option. RobTop, this is kind of like his project, and I don't think he wants to see, like, anyone else kind of taint it, you know, like, this was his vision, and he doesn't want anyone else working on it. But he might just do it. Like, if he's tired of working on the game, that might be an option, because that would still see the game live and thrive with some new features, getting some new people to the game, and keeping some of the older creators as well, some of the older players. That would be a good way to deal with that, you know, if he wants to see the game continue to succeed and people to continue to play it, but he doesn't want to work on it anymore. So that's option number 2. Option number 3 is he just shadow disappears and it's like, I don't want to work on it anymore. There's not going to be any more updates, and I'm just going to leave the game as it is. Which, even if that happens, by the way, even if that's the case, the game will still live on as long as the servers are up. It's just the game, obviously the player base will dwindle. Like, there's a lot of games that are like that are still popular that haven't updated. But the player base, it will be less than it is right now, of course. It'll just slowly dwindle over time, and over the years, you're just going to be left with, like, a hardcore group of players that are playing the game, right? And if he wants to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I don't think he expected this game to live on as long as it has. I'm sure he was thrilled when it did, though. He's like, yeah, that's awesome. You know, so many people are enjoying my game. But maybe he's tired of it. It's been 5 years. Geometry Dash came out in, like, what, 2013 or something? So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Those are the 3 options. I mean, I sure hope it's just option number 1, where he's just taking a long time, and we're gonna see, like, Geometry Dash 2.2 come out sometime in the summer or something. But, who knows, right? Who knows? So am I still going to be playing this game? Yeah, I'm still interested in the game. I still really enjoy playing Geometry Dash. I still want to beat Bloodbath. I have been practicing, by the way. Little update there. But the Ultimate Custom Night came out. I've been putting a lot of attention on that, so I stopped practicing a little bit. But yeah, like, I still like this game. I still like the levels that people put out. The one we played today was fantastic, the Reign of Moira. And if people keep on making fantastic levels, I'll still play the game in some capacity, you know? I might play the game less frequently on the channel, but I'll still play it every now and then and play some cool stuff that you guys and creators make, right? So yeah, my question to you guys then is, do you guys think the game is dying? And if you do, if you think it's dying right now, do you think Geometry Dash 2.2 will save the game? I personally think Geometry Dash 2.2 coming out soon would definitely bring a lot of people back, and it would bring the numbers up. I don't know for how long. I don't know if it would bring it back for as long as 2.1 did, but it certainly would help to save the game. And also, do you think RobTop wants to continue working on the game? I mean, we obviously can't know his true intent, right? We can't jump into his mind, but, like, what do you guys think about that? Do you think he wants to continue working on this or move on to something else? And if he does, do you think he's gonna sell the game to someone else to work on, or just kind of leave it in its current state? Like, what's your guys' opinion about that? I'd be really interested to know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, peace.